know, and bro, we hopped up on that bus. It's Chill, Hight, and Raji. Glad you came to whip with us. Got no GPS to telling what.
Good morning. What's going on? Welcome to another edition of the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. We are the fastest growing mediocre sports show in the world. So we're glad you're with us this morning. My name's Chill. We got Cam Bigelow running all things YouTube. Let's bring in the big and the real ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a UGA class of 07 graduate. He's a diehard dog. He is oblivious to how people feel about him. Believes ideas are good only if they're his own. He's ugly as sin. He's the pride of Buddy Johnson Road. Put your hands together for Adam Hight. Hightower.
He messed up on the intro, so he had to go.
Well, he went straight to the heart right there. Hey, good, nice, warm welcome. Yeah. Happy to be here.
It's sin.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning Region 2 Quad A Girls Basketball Coach of the Year. He's got a gullet that'll store food for days at a time. Diaper needs changing regularly. He's got a tick-like slice and napkins for hands. Ladies and gentlemen, he's big. He's sloppy. He's Big Raji.
What's up, guys?
You didn't want to say, like, he's the fattest joker in the world. Like, just go real cutthroat with it.
He's the absolute sin of gluttony.
Man, tough, Chill.
I need to out you. Edit that.
No, that's good. I like it.
It's hurtful. Well, I felt like when I looked over the intros, I felt like he had more, like, going at him.
He's got all his are positive.
Gullet? He has one
hands.
positive, but
He's clean. His napkins for hands, he's clean.
I mean, I have a diaper.
And he's got a tick-like slice.
Well, he could dance a little bit, you know?
Okay. All right, guys.
You're just sinful in nature by your looks.
Hideous.
What anything over the weekend? I know I've heard Hight talk about it a little bit, and I really want Raji's take on it because I know he's dove all in. But all the Morgan Wallen songs released, and I've heard Hight say that he enjoyed them.
Listen, so much so that now I'm back in. I'm looking at tickets. After I had the tickets and sold the tickets, now I'm back in looking at tickets.
Tickets for you or tickets to reselling?
Tickets for me.
Is he now in your top 5 in your list?
Yes, he is now in my top.
How do you take out?
Ever?
Man, he's wow. Eric Church is out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Off of one album? I mean,
30. How many songs? 32? 36. 36 songs. Yeah, that has pushed him over the top of Eric Church for me.
Bold statement. So,
yes, and I may be just riding high for all these new songs. I think you are.
I think you're an emotional guy.
I may come back, in a month or so and say no, but hey.
So back to the tickets. Say the tickets for his next concert come out now, and let's just say you cop them for $200 each. But then by the time concert time approaches, you look and they're going for $600 each. Where's your love for Wallen right now? Over
$600 each. Wow.
So $800
profit. Wow. Mm.
But now he's your top. This is a top 5 ever country singer for you.
But you know who's my number 1 overall?
What's that got to do with
me? Like, so if I
country singer or just everything?
Just in general in life, me.
So I need to know, what would you do? Are you going to look for another fish like Jace and take full advantage of him?
I gave Jace a great deal on those tickets.
Sorry he did that to you, Jace.
100%. He's not finding those. I guarantee you can look in that section online. He's not getting that price online.
What are your takes on Morgan Wallen, Raj?
Albums.
The new album.
It's jam up. I think a lot of the songs are kind of slow, in my opinion. I mean, they're really, really good. But I think the Dangerous album, like as overall songs, were better as a collective. But there's some.
See, I like the slow.
Hey, I'm gonna mute your mic. I need you to point it like more. I think this.
Talking to me?
Yeah, like more where you're talking into the bottom of it. Oh, break! It loosens up. This mug about to snatch it, slant. Maybe the other one. There you go. Yeah.
Actually, the elbow over there. That's what it needs.
Yeah, there you go. That way you can.
I just don't think it's on.
Well, it wasn't. I just said I was going to mute it.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go for it.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes. All right, so you give it A+ on the album. Does he crack your top 5?
I'll say I give it a solid A. I can't go A+.
Is he top 5? Not off potential.
Yeah, he's up there.
Okay.
See, Wallen was already 6 or 7 for me, and it was a tight 5 through 7 was real tight anyway. But
dude catapulted Garth. Man,
Garth wasn't in my top 5.
Wasn't he? He surely was 6, 7 somewhere in there.
He was somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so he catapulted.
Yeah.
All right. My weekend recap is really just the Braves. I've been watching them, or not watching them. They haven't been on, but paying close attention, man. And I texted our other group the other day, and Matt Olson is just absolutely knocking the cover off the ball right now. He's batting like 6-something, 3 bombs. So I'm really excited for, I think, March 30th is opening day. So a lot to look forward to. Now, we had the NFL Combine. I believe it's completed now, right? So they did it over the end of last week and the weekend. Hight, we'll start with you. What's a takeaway that you've got from the Combine? What jumped out? I don't know. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it other than the main headlines. But
Stetson Bennett had a really good combine. Ran a 4.6 something. Threw the deep ball really well. He's taller than Bryce Young for anybody that's worried about height. Anyway, he just, according to the experts, he had a really, really good combine. So, however, his age is not going to change. He's only going to get older.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing holding him back at this point. It seems like he has been able to check the physical boxes, but you still got to remember he's 25 years old, and Bryce Young, I think, is 21. So
I saw a meme on Facebook that said Stetson had the fastest 40 time for a quarterback ever at the Combine over the age of 45. So does now the over-under was 150 something. You were over. Does after this is he under?
I don't know. I think that his age is really going to, because people are going to say this is what he is. He's not ever going to get any better because he's 25. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I think that's been the knock on older people college kids his age coming out. But
what makes you think though that he had just this jam up combine?
I think I'm saying based on expectations, and just reading experts that are covering the combine. I say, experts quotes.
I guess my thing is you look at which I didn't watch honestly a whole lot of it. But I mean, all Stet did was he did what everybody else said. He
right.
is one of the quarterbacks invited to the combine. So him making those throws,
well,
what were you expecting? What is people expecting him to do? Throw the ball in the first row? He did what he was supposed to do.
I think the expectation was for him to be outshined by some of these guys like Levis or Richardson or Young or anybody that was going to be, projected a first round pick. And like I said, I'm just repeating what I've seen or read. So if you're upset with how this thing is portrayed, don't be upset.
No,
I'll
put that at Daniel Jeremiah. That's strictly him.
But I think you're right that he kind of proved your point though. That he said Stetson did what everybody else did, which means he was on par with all the first rounders.
Yeah, that's not what people. Yeah. I guess people were just knocking him, saying he's not going to be able to compete. He can't make the same throws. And I saw his football was clocked as the fastest or as fast as anybody else's.
Will Levis had the fastest.
Did y'all see Will Levis?
I read that, and they were either the same or Stet was faster.
Will Levis had the fastest. I think it was close.
He was third, very close. I think it was Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, and then.
I'll tell you what Will Levis is. He's rocked up.
But I think there's that one thing you got to look at, which is any prospect coming out, is when you turn your film on.
Yeah.
Is Stet under pressure? Is he as calm as a Bryce Young? Does he have the arm strength and stuff you can say that in the.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because it's not a.
Yeah, there's nobody
controlled him.
I think the biggest thing is,
I think
if he were 21 and had the same with these things that were detrimental to his game on film, I think that he would still be drafted higher than he's going to be. That makes sense.
I think if he gets put in the right system, that he could be a decent backup. I think that Jake Fromm's made a good career out of being a career backup. A lot of guys. Yeah. But I just don't think that.
I think Stetson's a better quarterback than Jake Fromm was. No. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. Anyway, what else?
Is Anthony Richardson is he a Jamarcus Russell, or does he have a pretty good NFL career? Because his numbers at the Combine are insane.
I think he'll get
but we've also seen him play.
I think he'll get drafted to a crappy team
And
That's the thing about quarterbacks. Where do you go, and what kind of system, what kind of support are you given, and when do you have to jump in and play?
Well, I didn't really like the answer he gave about his receivers not being very good.
Yeah,
That was
you could have
crappy.
handled that differently
He threw them under the
without
bus.
rolling people.
Before we move on any further, I just want to add my cup. May reminded me of shout out to the UAB Blazers men's basketball team, still battling. Saturday, March 4th, they beat Charlotte 93-91, which is the game we went to. Double overtime. How much did Jelly go for?
30.
39.
41. Good guess, Hight. Rush. 41. So they play Thursday, March 9th on ESPN Plus. So shout out to the UAB Blazers
Did y'all see
basketball team.
Darnell pushing the sled?
Yes.
Like,
Freak.
effortless. Even the announcers were like, he's scoring a touchdown with that. And the other tight ends
Barely moved him.
barely moving.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Freak.
Yeah.
One more NFL question, Raj. This is just for you. David Carr to the Saints. How does that impact your Falcons? You okay with that move? Do you think?
I think David Carr's a top 15 quarterback.
I've always been a fan of
And
his.
they've got obviously Kamara. They got was it Marquez Callaway? They've got Chris Olave. So they got some talent. They got a decent defense. They got a defensive minded guy in Dennis Allen. So
Are we talking about y'all said David Carr?
Is it Derek?
Derek.
Derek's brother, David. Fresno.
but yeah, I think it's a good move. I think Atlanta's got to hit some needs in the draft, and they got to figure out their quarterback situations. They're going to be able to compete.
Saw they let Mariota ride.
I think that's all right.
Saw that coming, yeah. All right, just real quick. Raji wasn't able to make it on Sunday, but recap, we did have the Bus Olympics. That video will be dropping Thursday. Got a trailer coming out today. So be looking on social media and on YouTube for the Bus Combine trailer. It was me versus Hight versus Cam, and we'll see who won it. I'm sore as I can be.
Still hurting.
Bad.
Like
Yes.
2 days out. Not feeling great.
But it was a good time. It'll be funny. It'll be fun to watch. And really, really good competition. Came down to the last and final
Down to the wire.
event.
I'll tell you what, just not giving too much away, but after going home and evaluating myself afterwards, immediately realized it's time for me to get back on the diet train.
Well, I was thinking the same thing about you in the middle of the thing. But
Trying to get back on the diet train. All right. So now let's and Hight had this segment right here. We're going to do Mount Rushmore of our favorite, keyword favorite athletes. Not necessarily the greatest, but our favorite athletes. So 4 in our lifetimes of our favorite athletes that maybe inspired us or, for whatever. So Hight, it was your segment. We're going to let you lead off.
all right, so I know I said athlete whenever I sent this out. However, I took a slightly different route and went just sports person in general.
So your segment told us what to do, and now you're coming in and changing
And
it.
because it's mine, I can do that. So
It's his idea.
it is the best idea.
That's fair. Let's hear it.
All right, so
You got broadcasters in there or something?
no, I got a coach, Kirby Smart's who I'll lead with. Kirby Smart currently gets in my Mount Rushmore.
Was that an eye roll over there?
It was. The dude has brought. First of all, he played there. All right, so he's a legacy. He comes back, wins 2 natties, has established Georgia, taken what Mark Richt did and took it to the pinnacle of college football. Kirby Smart, for me personally, these are my guys. He's in there.
This is his list.
My list. All right, next, Michael Jordan. Now, I'm never been a huge basketball guy, but when I was a kid, growing up, Michael Jordan was on everything, and you wanted to be Michael Jordan. Just like everybody else in the yard shooting hoops with my brother, beating up on my neighbor, B. Minner. Shout out, B. Minner. Space Jam, the Olympic team, Dream Team, just everything was MJ.
How did that impact your basketball career?
I would attack the rim like MJ, play lockdown defense like MJ, just different things, just kind of matched his game a little bit. Not at all, but anyway, he was probably the most important or most pushed sports figure when I was a kid growing up. Then the next one I got is Tiger Woods. So I was at the Masters in '97 when he won it. Not the Sunday of it or whatever, but practice rounds, and saw Tiger Woods, and just ever since then he's been the guy for golf. And Used to play Tiger Woods golf all the time. Try to hit the cart path, get it to go longer. Anybody else? No? Okay. All right, so then I got Chipper Jones.
I just knew you were going Matt Ryan since you got on the Matt Ryan.
No, I got
98 Braves. Shout out Morgan.
Hey, I got the Matt Ryan jersey. My dad got it from Goodwill for me.
Okay.
And
shout out Uncle G.
Uncle G got it for me, $20. He said, "Hey, he sent me a picture.
20, that ain't bad."
He said, "I got this." He said, "It won't cost you anything." I was like, "I'll take it." So here we are.
It could have been ugly. Not gonna cost you anything. Yep, send it my way.
Well, I hadn't worn it yet, and we're talking about the draft and whatever. So here we are.
Good call.
Yeah. So Chipper Jones, to me, Chipper Jones has really set the bar for any Atlanta Braves player. Drafted by the Braves, retired as a Brave, Hall of Famer. Won a World Series, won an MVP.
Mr. Brave.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, he's the guy for my lifetime. I know a lot of people that are Braves fans may be saying Hank Aaron, but I never saw Hank Aaron play. Love Hank Aaron as a Brave and the historical stuff he did, but for me, Chipper Jones.
All right, solid 4. Raj.
So I want to start out again. It's talking about favorite, not best.
Favorite.
One of my favorite athletes all time, and it started in college with a golf cart ride. His answers to questions. I'm here so I'm not going to get for Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's awesome. He's hilarious. When he told Peyton Manning that he started every game with a shot of Hennessy. Like, dude's answers are great. I mean, how can you not like Marshawn Lynch?
Isn't he the guy, too, that never – I remember hearing a story like he didn't spend any of his NFL money. Yeah. All he lived off of was his endorsements and saved all of his –
Yeah. I mean, dude's awesome. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember in California when he was at Cal. When he took the golf cart after the game.
Uh-huh.
I mean, dude's awesome. So I like Marshawn Lynch. Obviously, Bobby Bowden. Just for,
Bobby Bowden. I can't put Kirby, but he's going to put Bobby up there.
What Bobby Bowden did was way more impressive than Kirby. And what Norvell was going to do is more impressive than Kirby.
Debatable.
You should have wore your straw hat this morning.
It's crushed.
Dadgummit.
Like done for?
Well, I mean, it could probably come back to life, but it's in the rough.
Wow.
Yeah. Another one for me, my favorite position in football is the tight end, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony G.
I always loved Tony G.
That's a good one.
Obviously when he was in Kansas City, when he came to Atlanta, I think the tight end's one of the most important positions in football. So I really don't even have a fourth one. I would say maybe
you, Eddie Floyd.
Yeah, Ed Edwards. No, I would probably say no. I did. I wasn't as big of a wrestling enthusiast as you guys were, but I did love some Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There you go.
So there you go.
Dropping them stunners on people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw Miller Lights at people as hard as you can.
Smash them together.
Yeah.
All right, for me, I got Michael Jordan, like you, as a basketball guy growing up. I mean, he's the greatest to ever do it. And growing up, just, seeing him play and everything, like you said, everybody wanted to be MJ. So I just feel like he's definitely my number one. Number 2, Andrew Jones. My favorite Brave of all time. Just remember him, first off, being unbelievable in the outfield, but just his smile all the time. I can remember seeing him. For some reason, every time he got on first, the cameras would show him. I don't know if you remember, it'd show his eyes. He'd be staring at the pitcher, but his eyes would be checking the catcher too. I don't know if stuff like that stood out, but Andrew Jones. Then my third one here is going to be a reach, but one of my all-time favorite Hawks, Jeff Teague. And I know I got the Teague jersey, but I don't know. He was in Atlanta for a little while when they were steadily a solid basketball team. Not good enough, quite good enough to win it, but
60 wins one year.
Yeah, and it was Teague time. They had Teague time when he would lock in. So I just remember, being a big Jeff Teague fan. And my last one in the golf game, really just a good guy in the game that I pull for every week, Ricky Fowler. I'm a Ricky Fowler fan. I hate that he can't really get over the hump, but he's continually there. And I think he plays the game the right way, and he just carries himself well. So those would be my favorite Rushmore. Now, before we dive into something else, who we may can agree on it. We'll go football, basketball, baseball, and golf. Mount Rushmore of all our lifetime greatest athletes. Who would you go with in basketball of our lifetime?
I'm going MJ. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the tail end of MJ. You know, I mean, I think MJ is better. We've had the debate. MJ is better than LeBron, but I would say like LeBron is more my era than MJ.
Yeah, I'd go MJ as well. Football, is it Brady?
It's got to be Brady.
It's hard to argue against that in our lifetime.
I hate Brady, so I don't really.
I wanted to pick somebody else, but
Yeah.
he just got all the rings, and so
We agree. Tiger, golf.
Tiger. Yeah.
All right, baseball. This was a tough one. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I mean, is it Trout? I don't know. Chipper.
Verlander has had a really good
Yeah.
career. I don't know, man. Who's the best baseball player?
Viewers weigh in.
Cal Ripken Jr.?
Comment on the video.
Is there
I was on the
peds, no peds? I mean,
I was going to say that because Barry Bonds.
yeah, that's what was going to be my answer. Would be Barry Bonds, but I mean, there's a lot of controversy.
I don't like. I've never liked Barry Bonds.
Here's a great one. King Griffey Jr.
Yeah. Griffin was good one.
Injury prone, tail end of his career
Prettiest swing ever.
is super nice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, guys, whatever you're doing right now, take a moment, stop, go down there and click subscribe on the YouTube page. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure that you're subscribed. But we really want you to follow us on YouTube if you can. If you're able to watch us, we do have video streaming there, and that's where we'll put out most of our content. All right, at this time, let's take a quick commercial break to hear from our sponsors. For all of your commercial and residential real estate, as well as property management needs, give Premier Properties of Dublin a call at 478-274-1606. Their customer service is unmatched, and I can personally guarantee that they will work with you to get you the deal that you want. Again, that's Premier Properties at 478-274-1606.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
Are you tired of overpaying for your cable? Do you feel like you're not getting your money's worth? I've got just a solution for you. J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 a month. Visit www.j2streaming.com. All right, also shout out to Big Peach Car Wash coming later this summer, located right across from Walmart on Highway 80 and Black Shear Beverage down there in Cordele. If you head that way, we appreciate the love and support from them guys for allowing us to have some of the stuff that we do have. Now, it's time for our Brian's Sub winner. All right, so this person will get a free half sub courtesy of Brian's Subs. Just go in there, tell them your name, and tell them the Big Ugly Sports team sent you. All right, Hight, the number this week is 6. Who is lucky winner number 6?
Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith. Shout out Cameron Smith. We will tag you on Instagram, tag you on social media. Hopefully you're listening to the show, and you will be able to go buy Brian's Subs and enjoy that half sub. Thank you for Brian's for the support. All right. Well, Hight, I'm sorry, bud. I had your high five music just ain't showing up on the board. So,
A little freestyle right now.
Well, I just wanted to address your fries list from what was a couple weeks ago. No, this isn't really I guess a fast food, but we went to Pickle Barrel the other night. Pickle Barrel's fries and things.
Good.
isn't that what you were talking about? Whit was talking about
Beer
too? Or
batter
something?
fries.
Yeah, they that good?
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, they're like next level.
This dude's eyes waters talking about it. Let's look
Dude,
at
they
it.
were so good.
I need to check it out. I hadn't been to the new Pickle Barrel.
I hadn't either.
It's pretty jam up.
Wings good?
Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Maybe we get 75 of them.
What flavor did you get?
Lemon pepper and mild.
Oh, I like lemon pepper.
I go honey mild or Islander. Islander's kind of like their signature. Or say it's kind of like a Thousand Island base a little bit. It's a little spicy. Perfect.
Oh, I like
How many did you knock down?
Well, Kaylee got the wings. I got a burger, and we just pretty much just split.
So you ate mine.
Did y'all split 50-50 or was it like 60, 70, 30?
Yeah.
Like 65, 35.
Okay. She held her own.
She did well.
Shout out, Kaylee. Hang in there. Yep. All right. Hi, 5:30 in the morning on the bus we ride.
Is it not working?
It's not. No, we had some technical difficulties this morning.
Go ahead. Can you give it to us right here,
Do it,
Roger?
Oh.
Here, do it with this music.
with Georgia. I can't do it.
I'll do it with you. Come on.
5:30 in the morning on the bus we ride. Give me your ears for Hight's high five.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, let's hear it. Height. What we got?
Those lyrics really go with any tune.
Yeah.
They do.
Any tune. All right, so I went
Morgan Wallen could use them in a song
100%.
if he ever got to be.
Gosh, we'd love to
bus
hear him.
supporter.
We'd love to hear him cover that.
Yeah.
We'll probably have him on at some point.
Yeah, well,
Can you check your sausage? You got anybody that can work your way down the line?
Yeah, we'll get him on.
All right, so top 5 things for spring, since we got a new season coming up here. Top 5 things. Definitely not in my top 5. If I were doing my worst enemies, pollen would be number 1. All right, so top 5 things about spring. Spring practice for football. It's high school, college. Spring practice time's coming up. Everybody gets excited. Everybody's undefeated. You know, people are.
Everybody thinks they're gonna win it all.
Yep. So
Based on yesterday's first day of spring practice, I mean, Knowles by 90 for the national title.
Man,
that's got a nice ring to it. It will never happen. Dogs by 50 happened often.
Before we go any further, I saw a pitch. Shout out to Derek Jackson. They fired up spring at Kentucky yesterday. West Lawrence grad. So wishing him the best of luck all year long.
He's gonna be busting heads up there.
Yep.
Okay, next, MLB spring training. So love spring training, and you know, same deal with baseball. Everybody's excited. You're gonna figure out how you're gonna figure out how your rotation shakes out and see who makes the big club roster. And so anyway, it's exciting times. And then in like you said, March, at the end of this month, we'll have opening day. So a lot of good things with baseball. Then the Masters. Everybody loves the Masters, or if you don't, you should. If you've never been, you need to try to go. Shout out to my boy Rico, got me in there last year. Mr. Jerry, hey, if we got another ticket.
I got him another handout now. He's pledging for another one.
Hey, if we got any more extras, your boy, hey, I'm ready to roll. I'll pay for your gas and your lunch. Anyway.
Debatable.
That won't happen.
100%.
I did. I promise I did.
100%.
Least I could do.
No, offered.
Didn't.
Because they're so
Shocker.
generous, they never accepted. Well, not accepted, but gosh.
One time offered two. Not like, man.
Multiple.
He threw it out there hoping they'd say no, and it's
Said that at the beginning of the trip. But didn't mention
whispered it. Hey, y'all me pay.
Yeah, hey, look, I'll pay you $10. I know we drove 400 miles. You $10 for gas.
He has been on at it.
For you, clown, I overpaid for you and paid you exactly what you deserved.
$13.83. Dude brought in pennies.
Hold on, you overpaid me on a 10 spot?
Yeah, based on what everybody. Maybe I paid.
No, you definitely underpaid. He gave me 25.
That's an overpay.
It was, but
that was a steep overpay.
Along with a steep underpay, he helped average your underpay out.
No, you do the math.
We drove
to Atlanta and back. It's not my fault. Jody Pollock didn't pay a dime,
and the gas is expensive.
That's not the first time that's been said on the radio. So Jody knows what's up.
Move on.
All right, number 2.
Number 2. I thought we were on number 4.
Yeah. What?
No.
Yeah, we are.
Are you counting up?
Yeah.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
He said number 1 when he let I'm on.
He did. He did say number 1.
Yeah. That's on me.
Okay.
Mistakes.
So where are we at? Recap.
Okay,
5.
number 5, spring practice for football.
Okay.
Number 4, MLB spring training. Number 3, the Masters.
Masters is 3. I'm anxious to hear 1 and 2.
Number 2, this is for teachers, really. Spring break.
Yeah, that's big.
Love some spring break.
Praise the Jesus.
Oh, yes. We need that spring break to come on up here.
3.5 more weeks. Ooh. Number 1, Morgan Wallen.
That's not a bad. He wouldn't be a bad one. But number 2, Easter Sunday.
Where are we at? Number 2 was.
I'm sorry.
Holy.
Number 1.
Now I have an intro music.
Number 1. That's really what it was. Number 1, Easter Sunday. Yeah. I love Easter Sunday. You get your sunrise service. Everybody's dressed in their nicest clothes, even nicer than the normal nice clothes for church on Sundays.
How much money would it take for you to take Easter pictures in your Matt Ryan jersey?
His wife would be blowed.
I mean, it wouldn't take much. I mean.
All right, what if we took the $25 and $13.83 and combined it? Would that be enough?
I'm in.
Okay.
But anyway, just if you can't get fired up about Easter Sunday, something wrong with you.
That's right.
Well, I guess unless you're a heathen.
Yeah.
Well, there's something wrong with him for being a heathen.
Yeah.
That's a solid high five, Hight. I like you stepping outside the box, too.
Trying to keep things fresh, for the fans.
And for those of you that had trouble, just go back and listen. You'll be able to figure out 5 to 1.
You want me to recap it real quick?
No, we got you. We got you. So I think they were able to follow along. All right, it's time for a little big ugly trivia right here. And I'm hoping that I went and found – I got 7 questions right here.
We never addressed, though, the last.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here. You heard it, though.
Yeah.
True or false? You had heard that we had given you the question about the Indy 500 before when we would sit in the office and I would.
It was in the old office.
When I would we do it for fun.
Office. Yeah, because his initial answer was the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And we said that's on July 4th.
You guys remember that, and I'm notorious for not remembering things. So that's just where we're at.
But you were adamant, and I do stress the word adamant, that you had never gotten that question. Meanwhile, you're just firing from the hip Indy 500 before Cam can even say anything.
But one thing about it, I remembered it after y'all taught me the answer. Now I knew it.
We'll circle back, Cam. You won that.
Sorry.
No, even without the asterisk, even without that one, I still won by 1.
All right, here we go.
Let him have it.
Question number 1. Which is the only edible food that never goes bad?
Twinkie.
This was a hard one out the gate.
That's the same answer for the cockroaches. They can survive nuclear warfare.
It's not really a food you like chew on per se.
Oh, now we're giving hints after I've given mine.
Well, I'll give you another guess because that was a bad guess. So
Jolly Rancher.
I'll say gum.
honey. All right. What are the 4? You got to name them all, or whoever can name the most. The 4. You're shaking your head. Do you already know the question?
I don't.
So why are we? What are the 4 main characters' name in the 1985 to 1992 show, The Golden Girls?
Blanche. Blanche.
One of them's a flower.
Rose.
Okay, 1 to 1.
Oh, boy. Mary.
One of them is, you got to be quick here. One of them's name is the girl on Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy. That's a big one right there.
Dorothy.
Yeah, and I don't really know how to hint. We'll give it Hight. Sophia. Not Sophia. Sophia. I went with the kids' TV show there. All right. Which former NBA player was named Agent Zero?
Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas.
I knew that one.
And it's kind of ironic with this, with the whole gun situation going on with
John
Morant. But Agent Zero was suspended indefinitely for having a gun in the locker room. So,
Do carry that thing on him.
Yeah, but it's going to pop off in there.
all right.
What's the score?
John Morant wears black forces.
It's 1 to 1.
Okay.
1 to 1. All right. I need to know what sport these terms that I'm about to give you are used for.
Okay.
And it's a sport we have here. Dump, floater, and wipe.
Badminton.
It's a sport we have at the school. Like our team, we don't have a badminton team.
I thought you meant PE.
He's going to answer pickleball.
Oh.
Foursquare.
I'm going to tennis.
Volleyball.
Okay, still 1 to 1. 3 questions left.
We're stupid.
A couple of hard ones. All right.
Great question.
What state is this located in? This site? Area 51.
Arizona.
New Mexico.
Nevada.
We're all over the Southwest. We're all over.
All right, still 1 to 1 through 5.
We knew that it was freaking Nevada.
1 to 1 through 5. All right.
We're so stupid.
Which of Newton's laws state?
What is going on?
I don't know why it
Law
did
of
that.
gravity. That's what that is.
Tighten that
Yeah.
one. You might want to tighten that one.
They're tight.
Okay.
Tight.
All right, which one?
Got long sleeve, called it.
I got a quarterback sleeve.
3/4 John Smoltz. 3/4.
Which of Newton's laws states that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction?
Relativity.
The third.
Third law of
Gravity.
motion.
Motion, whatever.
No,
We're gonna give you credit.
No,
Huh?
no
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, see how it works. Well, it wasn't his idea. If
2 to 1. 1.5 to 1.
He didn't even get it.
He said third.
Third. Okay. Third what?
I said third law.
He did
Of?
say third law.
It
Of?
didn't matter.
I said
didn't get
which
the
of
main
Newton's laws,
point.
so he went third law, so that's probably just it.
Newton's third law?
Who's the judge here? Well, see if you
That's
can.
a reach.
All right, last one. What is a duel between three people called? Hint the word duel. But between three instead of two.
A truel.
That's right.
Dooley
A
truck.
truel is right. All right, so I guess 2-2 tie.
Should be 2-1. He no chance he deserved credit for that one.
He asked what law it was, and I said the third law.
It was the third law of something else. It
I
wasn't.
said Newton's third law.
That's not the answer.
I give him credit. 2-2.
Okay.
2-2.
Tie.
Good job.
Moving on.
But now, if it was his answer, his idea, it would be.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey, what
we
event? All right,
didn't know.
tiebreaker. What event is held every year on Memorial Day?
500. I win.
All right, Raj, you won.
That's fair.
Hey, we just mentioned Ja Morant. I saw a picture.
This is coming in live.
Ja was in Denver when he showed his gun on IG Live, meaning the gun was possibly on the Grizzlies plane when he went. And according to the CBA rules, he could see a major suspension around 50 games.
Wow. Yeah, I mean the precedent was set with Gilbert Arenas, and I hate that, man, because he's a stud. He's a young kid, but hey, some people got to learn the hard way.
It's just dumb.
Yeah, just be better making all that money.
Yeah.
All right, let's quick before we're gonna finish the show with a would you rather. Okay, I got a few would you rathers, but we've been at least a week off from Dead for Ed. Shout out Ed, still alive, still kicking.
Barely.
He was up here Sunday, and I wish so. I got here and he was out on the football field doing 4-on-1 workouts with some of the kids. He's a football coach, and man, he looked runt when he was out there and he came in. He was red faced, and his knee brace. I've never seen a smaller knee brace.
I was just about to say. It was probably, I think, really a wristband.
I told him like an elbow.
Skinniest legs I've ever seen.
QB3 at UGA. So, Dead for Ed, okay? Dead for Ed. We've got three names here, three good ones. So we got to determine this segment works. Do you keep Ed or do we trade Ed to bring somebody back? And by trade him, he passes, okay? All right, we'll start with you on this one. We'll go Hight first on this one. Bob Saget.
I got to bring Bob back. Bob brings joy to people's lives.
Full house.
Yeah, full house. I mean, there's so many good things about Bob. He's an encourager. You know, he lifts people's spirits. Ed is the exact opposite of all of those. I couldn't think of any one good thing about Ed.
Like if Ed saw a glass and it was like the water was half, how would he view it?
Definitely empty. And if, for example, I talk about Bob was an encourager. We all know Bob.
We all know him.
We all know him.
Big on encouraging.
Been in our homes for a while.
Big lifting people up, helping people, if you will. There was one day I needed a ride from school. And I just...
So you're talking about Bob or Ed here?
Ed. Okay. Ed.
Bob couldn't get here in time.
Ed had already asked me to give him rides previously. And I said, yeah, I'll give you a ride to the dealership.
Dead?
Who? Bob?
Did you say he was dead when he tried to need a ride?
When Bob was...
Right.
Yeah, Bob.
Anyway.
That's my Bob.
Anyway. So I've already told Ed I'd give. He's asked me for a ride and whatever. Well, now I need a ride to the dealership. He goes, dude, no chance. And starts like finding kids in his PE class for them to carry me to the dealership after I've already given him a ride to the dealership once.
You know, it's sounding like that time that Ed was asking us, hey guys, what time y'all play tonight? I was like 6. He's like, sweet, I won't be there.
He's just a terrible human.
Funny.
We do love him though. All right. You bringing Bob back?
Hight's going to hate this answer. I'm going to Ed because Bob Saget is part of Epstein Island. So
See, I wasn't up on
I'm
operate on that.
I'm
but
out.
I
And
don't know
if
about
you've never seen a Bob Saget comedy show, like
I've not.
oh
Like,
my
dude
gosh.
is F-rated.
Yes.
Oh, really?
He is
R-rated.
Not Full House type
not
stuff?
Full House.
No.
Oh,
It's rough.
Yeah.
never
No,
seen
you
it.
can't go back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, yep. I'm keeping. No, Ed's R-rated as well, but I'm keeping Ed because he wasn't on Epstein Island.
that we know of.
Number 2. Would
Is
I
that
know
too
for
far?
a fact if he got offered a plane ride out there, he's in. So, 100%.
Oh,
He is.
That I believe it.
All right. Coolio. Gangsta's Paradise. Is that after you?
I don't know. I'm out
You'd
on
bring
that.
Coolio back.
I'm out on that.
I'm bringing Coolio back
Yeah.
just because. I mean, you think
Sorry,
about.
I didn't think about
You think
that.
about you think about the things that Coolio's
Can we-
been
All right,
through.
Tupac.
Can we go Young Dolph?
Sure, you go Young Dolph.
Yeah, 100% bring Dolph back.
Okay.
Bye, Ed.
I mean, you think about what Coolio made it through just to even put that song out. Just his life experiences, his hair.
And Gangsta's Paradise is going to ride with us forever.
Yeah, man, forever.
Okay.
Tupac was,
Kind of reminds me of Buddy Johnson Road a little bit.
of course it does.
All right, last one. And I hope you know this one. Probably not. Scott Hall, wrestler.
Oh yeah, Razor Ramon. Gotta have.
So I gave 3 easy ones for you. I mean,
Yeah.
no-brainers.
Razor Ramon. I mean, with the toothpick flick, the razor's edge. I mean, he comes over at WCW, the Wolfpack, NWO taking over. Yes, him and Kevin Nash.
I miss you on that.
Absolutely,
I'm out on
gotta have him.
Do you
John
the WWE
John Cena's still alive.
his Hall of Fame speech? Did you listen to his Hall of Fame?
Scott Hall.
Yeah.
No.
So at the very end of it, it's like greatest probably quote of all time. Like for WWE, he said, "Bad times never last, but bad guys do."
There you go. Gosh, I chill bumps, really and truly chill bumps.
We can see it through them big sleeves.
Matty Ice over here.
Is Dusty Rhodes there? Can we use him?
Dusty Rhodes is dead.
Oh, yes. Bring Dusty Rhodes back.
Talking about hard times.
Yes. Yes. Bring him over, Ed.
Tough
No,
day for
another
Ed.
one that reminds me of Buddy Johnson Road. Just hard times, just living through it, just making it out.
Yeah.
Tough day for
Like
Ed.
them box fans in the window.
So Ed don't survive this week. Sorry, Ed. Better luck next week.
Bye, Ed.
Tough competition this week. So we're going to finish with a Would You Rather segment here. And this first one, I didn't realize. I probably shouldn't put it first because it seems like every time we talk about a Would You Rather, it has something to do with a bathroom or something like that. But this is just how the first one ended up. So, Raji, would you rather lick a public toilet seat,
Oh my gosh.
or chew on a piece of used gum you found on the floor, just anywhere, like in the school hallway?
Oh, man. Those are.
These are both bad.
I guess I would have to go the used gum.
Ugh.
I mean, dude, I'm not putting my mouth near a toilet seat at my house, especially not.
So you'd go use gum over the toilet seat at your house, where your truck set on?
Dude, I'm not putting. I'm
Have
not
you
putting,
seen his truck?
I'm not putting.
He's
my
got a
gum-
sloppy, little saggy,
I'm not
little
putting.
sweaty.
Oh, is that where we're going right now?
Got that J, baby.
I ain't that bad. I'm probably going. I probably got to use the gum, man. I'm not putting my mouth in a freaking toilet. Are you kidding me? Especially think about after like the way Hight will use the toilet and what he'll do to them skid
ruin
marks. The way he'll leave them skid marks in the back of the toilet.
He did my bathroom so bad like that they've since come in and fixed my toilet that now when you flush it, it swirls around for like 30 minutes before it goes
Hey,
down.
Well, it's got to. And
You're welcome.
What's worse is this man will turn around and look at the handle when he has got the
Dude sits reverse on it?
Yeah, he does.
You see what it is? I made some jokes about him, so now
love
he's jugular
Yeah.
at me. He's trying to come
Yeah,
at
so
me.
now you started.
That's
it.
not jugular.
He's trying to come jugular.
You riding a seat reverse to use the bathroom is not jugular.
Look, we're
based
trying
on-
to keep this a family-friendly show.
can't
Y'all
help how
need
you
to
first
sit on
question- the first
yeah,
question
how you
was
sit
about
on
a
the
toilet. Like-
Y'all really need to calm it down. Okay,
No,
y'all are getting out of hand.
All right, what you doing there?
Skid mark.
Bubblegum, definitely bubblegum.
Name of the episode: Hight skid mark.
I'm probably on that toilet seat, to be honest. I'm probably just getting on out of there and brushing up.
So if it was, Raji has a piece of gum. He puts it on the table. It's used gum.
What's the floor?
Okay, puts it on the floor.
Wash it off.
I just pick it up, chew that. I'd take that any day over licking a toilet seat.
How many times you got to chew?
Blow bubbles.
I'm out good.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
So nasty.
Would you rather have, which one of us may can relate, would you rather have permanently bad breath?
Can you elaborate on that?
That'd be your boy.
You said that, you
That'd
boy.
be your boy.
Or permanent body odor.
That would be Raji.
I don't stink. I don't stink.
Okay.
So would you rather have permanent body odor or be Hight?
Just the idea of being Hight. I would go bad breath just because I'm thinking about like with COVID, you can always just wear the mask and use that as an excuse.
That'd be a nice change.
Shout out
for you.
Corte. Shout out
Nice
Corte.
change.
Corte. Corte.
Or you could just be Corte and not talk. Just not talk at all.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
All right, go.
I'd just be me.
Keep the bad breath.
Just keep rolling, baby.
That's a bad option.
I think I know the answer to number 3. I definitely know it for you. I ain't see which one you'll pick. Would you rather take a road trip with the producers of South Park or with the cast of Impractical Jokers?
I'm going cast of Impractical Jokers.
Too.
Love Impractical Jokers.
Because
We're going, and that's with Joe. Back when Joe was.
Oh, yeah. Got to have Joe Gatto in there.
I'm definitely going, obviously, to South Park. Because I would just want to talk in Cartman voice for.
How would you do it? How'd you do it?
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm going to Practical Jokers too, because at some point during that trip, like I'm wanting them to do a show. Like, let's pretend we're doing a show and let me get out there and do it a little bit and mess it up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, number 4. And I don't know if y'all know enough about these. I really didn't. I just saw the question, figured y'all did. Would you rather go to Hogwarts? Okay. Are you familiar with Hogwarts?
Was it
It's like a
Harry
wizardry, right?
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Or a school for superheroes like Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters on X-Men.
Now, do I have the powers?
First, when you said school, I thought you were going to School of Rock.
Well,
I'm
you
in
basically you have wizardry or like
or superhero powers.
yeah, mutant
Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, Hight does like those shirts.
He does.
Yeah,
Leonardo.
I got a Ninja Turtle t-shirt.
What you doing, Hight?
I'm probably going Hogwarts.
You going that invisible cloak?
Visibility, yeah. I mean, you got to go to. They got the little town nearby. I forget the name of the town, but they got little candy shops and
Tell
places.
one person that knows my wife.
Yeah.
She'll know exactly where it is.
I'm going Hogwarts.
I'll be a superhero. Wizardry is satanic. I'm not doing that.
What
So now you're going to be a Satan spawn. Good job, Hight.
what superhero?
If I could pick any superhero,
Captain Fat Man or
I thought I was already Captain Fatbeard.
Captain Fatbeard?
Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. The Gullet.
What would be the power?
You just
Could
ride
it-
by
could
and
it
just
be-
swoop people up and store them in your gullet and then eat them if you want to, I guess.
That's not a superpower. I feel like he could.
It's a pellet.
Like he can do that
Now
right
he's a super villain. He's eating
Yeah,
people.
I feel like he could do one of those, like how like you could breathe fire but still be fish. Open the mouth and breathe fish out.
Be throwing fish on everybody.
Throwing fish on folks.
Like a pelican.
Essentially,
Okay.
You combine that with his bad breath. Boy, that's some bad fish coming out.
I'd rather be a pelican than satanic wizard like Hight.
I'd use my powers for good.
Oh man! All right, last one. Would you rather not eat sweets for 2 weeks, so no sweets for 2 weeks, or no vegetables for a month? I know where he's going with
I'm
this.
out on.
100%.
Yeah, I don't eat vegetables anyway.
I
I'm
know
out
it.
now. It's a terrible question.
All right, we're going to throw but fries are in there. We're going to count fries as a veggie because they're potatoes.
I like French fries. I'll get rid of the sweets.
One change. So no fries, sweets.
I get rid of the sweets. I want to eat French fries.
So I'm.
Yeah, but if fries aren't a part of it, like if it's just regular potatoes, then you're back giving up vegetables.
What about
Well,
mashed?
I like the twice baked potato. You know, I mean, I don't mind necessarily the potato. I'm just
Where you at on like greens?
I'm out on that.
Like Whitney? We need no greens.
Man, let me get some chicken tenders and macaroni.
Bruh.
Bruh. Where you at? Over there.
Oh, I love sweets. However, in 2023, I've done a really good job of giving those sweets up, and
You've eaten an apple every day.
You proud of him?
good for you. Can I get a good for you?
Hey, good for you.
Thank you, buddy. So I'm gonna give up the sweets. I like vegetables. Here we are. That's where I'm at.
This man Hight to lose weight will get an apple from the lunchroom and cut it up and just eat an apple peel. Won't even eat the rest of the apple.
They say it's healthy for you.
I've also seen him eat the orange.
I saw you nod on your hat right there. What's the deal with the hat?
Yeah, shout out to Jay. You know, I don't like to give Jay credit because he doesn't deserve credit for 99% of things he does, but he did come up with some good hats.
West Lawrence Raider hat.
West Lawrence Raiders hat. So yeah, I made sure I got one. Now I still do have his driver. He's been a little crybaby about that driver, but
Is it Sasquatch?
it is a Sasquatch.
When does he get it back?
When I get my shirt,
Which doesn't exist, so
that driver don't exist.
Hadn't you already paid for your shirt?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
pre-order. And typical pre-order is if the shirt's not there.
Because now Jay's sold it again.
Or probably cut sleeves out and use it to cut yards with.
Yep.
All right, bring us home, Raj.
Yeah, just continue to listen to us. Give us a 5-star review and a subscription.
Hey, yo, what's going,
Check us out on
bro?
social media,
Hop up on
Facebook,
that bus. It's
Instagram,
Chill, Hight, and Raji. Glad
Big
you
Ugly Sports,
came to
and
whip
the
with us.
BigUglySportsShow.com.
Yep, www.biguglysports.com. Yep. Shout out, we are the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. We appreciate their sponsorship. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure this week you're on the drawing when we make the post for Brian's sub, so you can get that free sub. We appreciate your support. It's Big Ugly to the Moon. It's a movement. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at.
Get on that bus.
Yeah, we got that coffee sipping. 5-star reviews, maybe even a subscription. We a work in progress, always room for improvement. Get up on that bus. It's a movement.